Hey everybody, just another update, but this one's going to be even before my kidney failure. It's about my shunt. Ta-da! I would say maybe, how long before you think my kidney failure? A year?
See, your kidney failure was bad in April of 2019. You had the shunt placed in, July of 2018 is when you had your minor stroke.
Yeah, I had a minor stroke. They're not sure what happened to me, but before then I was starting. I had to use a cane to walk. Then I had to use a walker. It was just, they didn't know why. Just like, oh well, it must be something to do with your diabetes. That was how good the doctors were. Well, I had a minor stroke, very minor. And so they're like, let's do since you had a minor stroke, let's do a CAT scan of your head. And I was like, okay. I never had one but done before. And they came back and they're like, you know what? You like to keep your brain moist. So apparently I like to keep my brain a little bit moist. And I was like, well, okay, that's kind of weird. And they doctor came in, female doctor. She's like, I want to do a test. She's like, I want to do something called a lumbar puncture. Basically, it's like a spinal tap. And we're going to drain some of the fluid off your brain. And if this works, you should be able to walk better. And I was like, what the hell, I'll try it. So they did the lumbar puncture. They came up about 90 minutes later. And I didn't need a cane or a walker to walk. I could walk. And they're like, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to put a shunt in your head to drain the excess moisture to your abdomen. And I was like, sure, cool. Well, I was like, whatever. I even texted a couple of friends at work, like, I'm gonna be able to walk again. They found out what was wrong because of this minor stroke. They say God works in mysterious ways. And so, doctor comes in from St. Thomas. Like, you know what? We're not gonna do this operation. So I had to call Heather and tell her they're not gonna do it. And she was at work. And next thing I know, she called me back. She's like, I'm on my way. And I'm like, oh shit, she's gonna come kill all the doctors. Like, how do I tell the whole floor? Like, they get that they gotta leave. Like, you gotta leave. She's on her way. So the doctor, Heather gets there. The doctor's there. The nurses are there, and they're like, well, we're not gonna do it.
Explain why.
Because they're like, well, we didn't do enough tests. And I'm like, you did the main test, and it proved that I have moisture on the brain. But St. Thomas sucks. And so I was like, then they're like, well, you need to stay the night. And I was like, no, I don't. I was only going to stay the night because I was going to have an operation in the morning. And there's no reason to stay the night. I'm like, well, your blood pressure's a little high. I'm like, yeah, it's always been high when I leave before. Did y'all just tell me to keep it on it? And I'm like, I'm going home. There's no reason to stay. And they're like, well, we're going to have security escort you out. I'm like, okay. So they had security escort me out because I was such a big troublemaker. But after a day or two, we get a thing in the mail with an appointment with another doctor. And I was like, you got to keep this just, And I was like, okay, sure. So we go there, and he's like, I'll do the shunt. And he's like, that's all I do. He's like, when you want someone doing this, you want like the A team, me to do it. That's all I do. You don't want like the B team that, they do this, that, and other stuff at St. Thomas. And I was like, okay. So they put the shunt in, and I could walk. I might need a cane for balance every once in a while, but I need to walk. I didn't need the walker. I could walk good. So I was like, all right, so now I got a shunt in my head. Really can't tell too bad of it.
Stay away from magnets.
I gotta stay away from magnets. You can put magnets on my head. But that was my shunt story. We'll continue more with dialysis next time.